You know, people are always saying if you love something, you have to learn to let it go.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 saddest scenes in romance movies.
Lips owe you the doors to breath. Seal with a righteous kiss.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most heart-wrenching moments found in unforgettable cinematic love stories. Since important plot twists will be discussed, a spoiler alert is in effect. Which of these instances brings you to tears? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. A Painful Goodbye. Dear John. This 2010 film is rife with tension, war, and sadness, but it's the scene where John effectively bids farewell to his dying father that's the most painful to watch. Despite their often fraught relationship, the love between them is undeniable, and John's letter is proof of that.
There's something I've been wanting to tell you.
All this time, we thought his narration at the start of the movie was for Savannah. The fact that it was actually for his dad makes it all the more impactful.
But now I have 2 small holes in me. So I'm no longer in perfect condition. How about it, Dad? You know, we're just a couple of calls here, huh?
John writes a lot of letters throughout the course of the film, but none carry as much weight as this one. His words are vulnerable and lead to a quiet and powerfully tender moment between the two.
The very last thing you know, the very last thing I thought.
We're not crying, you're crying. Number 9. A Poignant Song and Message. Midnight Sun. Teenager Katie has a genetic disorder called XP, which is characterized by extreme sensitivity to sunlight. But when she and Charlie fall in love, nothing, not even her deteriorating health, can come between them.
Now I walk with you, with my head held high. In the darkest sky, I feel so alive.
The track she writes, and later records with his help, exemplifies what their connection means to her. And though she passes, she leaves him with a lot to remember her by.
Even though our time together was short, the stars have been burning for every moment of it, and the light from those moments will be shining down for the next 1,000 years.
As he heads to college, Charlie's song, which has become a viral hit, comes on the radio. But there's more. He also discovers a poignant letter in the notebook Katie left him. These final moments are full of bittersweet hope, but watching her live on through her art always makes us sob.
And if you need me, all you have to do is look up. And remember, I love you.
Number 8. Standing in the Rain. The Bridges of Madison County. Francesca and Robert fall for each other during their short-lived affair, but she breaks it off as her family returns.
And I can't make an entire life disappear to start a new one. All I can do is try to hold on to both of us somewhere inside of me.
Still, they run into each other one last time, and it's heart-wrenching. As she waits for her husband in the car, she sees her former flame standing in the rain. No words are spoken, yet the moment is full of meaning. He's soaked, hoping she'll change her mind. Meanwhile, she's protected from the storm, but seems to wish she wasn't. That's some serious symbolism if we've ever seen it. Francesca nearly joins him later at a stoplight, but ultimately stays. The sadness that permeates this scene makes it easy to understand why she wants her ashes scattered in the same place as his.
It was not the ravings of some mad old lady. I gave my life to my family. I wish to give Robert what is left of me.
Number 7. A Parting Moment. Roman Holiday. When reporter Joe Bradley realizes it's Princess Anne who's staying at his apartment, he sees a golden chance to advance his career. But it quickly grows into something deeper. Though the pair each conceal aspects of their identity, they fall in love.
Think many words.
Don't try.
That's enough to prevent Joe from selling the story. Sadly, it doesn't change the fact that Anne has to return and fulfill her royal duties. As she sees him standing amongst the press and realizes who he is, the two share a subtle but deep goodbye.
I will cherish my visit here in memory as long as I live.
Her sorrowful parting look says it all. And as the room clears out, he lingers a moment longer before taking off. Each step feels heavier than the last as he leaves a once-in-a-lifetime connection behind. Number 6. 2 shirts and a postcard. Brokeback Mountain. Because of societal circumstances outside their control, Jack Twist and Ennis Del Mar never get a chance to really be together. They only have their occasional trips throughout the years.
So what we got now is Brokeback Mountain! Everything's built on that. That's all we got, boy.
As if that wasn't tragic enough on its own, Jack unexpectedly passes away. What's more, Ennis isn't allowed to scatter his ashes on the titular Wyoming mountain where they first fell in love.
Tell you what, we got a family plot. He's going in it. Yes, sir.
But he does take their old shirts from Jack's childhood room and hangs them by a postcard of the beautiful landscape in his own closet. Looking intensely at them, Ennis utters 3 emotionally charged words.
Jack, I swear.
There's been much speculation about what exactly they mean, but one thing's for sure, it's an absolutely devastating moment. Number 5. Sacrificial Love. Romeo and Juliet. Most of us know the story of William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet pretty well. Baz Luhrmann's 1996 adaptation certainly puts an interesting twist on the classic tale. But sadly, our titular star-crossed lovers still can't escape their tragic fate.
Trust me, love. All these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our times to come.
As Romeo finds what he believes to be Juliet's deceased corpse in the church, he feels compelled to ingest a fatal poison. Though she regains consciousness at the same time, the damage is already done.
Here.
Poison. Don't call, and left no friendly drop to help me after.
Unable to go on without him, she proceeds to take her own life as well. It's safe to say that knowing such a harrowing end is coming doesn't take away its sting.
For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
Number 4. Will walks away, 5 feet apart. Will and Stella both have the genetic disease cystic fibrosis, prompting them to maintain a mostly safe distance from each other for the majority of the movie. She's waiting for a lung transplant while he's pinning his hopes on a drug trial. Despite the lack of physical proximity, their relationship is full of intimate moments, so it feels like a real punch in the gut when he has to leave her. Their goodbye is simply gut-wrenching. Granted, it's necessary.
I'm sorry. I don't want to go.
All I want is to be with you.
The medicine failed him, and it's the only way he can make sure not to infect her following the transplant.
Could you close your eyes? I just don't know if I can walk away if you're still looking at me.
Still, we can't help but wish there was another way, as we lose it watching her flip through the drawings he left her.
But I never understood the importance of touch. His touch. Until I couldn't have it.
Number 3. Heart to Heart. A Walk to Remember. There's no shortage of tragic moments in this 2002 film. Of course, many of them involve teenagers Landon Carter and Jamie Sullivan.
I'm scared of not being with you.
Oh, baby, that'll never happen. Okay.
But one scene that tugs at our heartstrings every time shines a light on the bond between Jamie and her dad. While she's hospitalized for leukemia, they have an incredibly moving conversation.
And you want to jump off the roof and fly.
I was so angry at you making me come down.
Honey, if I kept you too close, it's because I want to keep you longer.
Seeing the Reverend open up about the loss of his wife and his desire to protect his daughter never fails to make us emotional. Their fierce love for each other is evident and makes her inevitable fate that much harder to digest. This interaction between the father-daughter duo is understated, yet absolutely heartbreaking.
I love you so much.
Number 2. The eulogy letter. The Fault in Our Stars. We were already struggling to hold it together during Augustus Waters' pre-funeral.
Like all real love stories, ours will die with us. As it should. You know, I'd kind of hoped that he'd be the one eulogizing me. Because there's really no one else.
And things didn't get any less heartbreaking as we watched Hazel Grace grieve the loss of her love after his passing. But it's the film's ending that really makes us burst into a puddle of tears. Hazel realizes that the piece of mail Peter Van Houten gave her at the funeral is actually filled with Gus's very important thoughts. Knowing she wanted him to eulogize her, he did. And what beautiful words he chose for the occasion.
She didn't want a million admirers, she just wanted one. And she got it. Maybe she wasn't loved widely, but she was loved deeply. And isn't that more than most of us get?
They capture her essence and their magical relationship wonderfully. We definitely recommend keeping a big box of tissues handy for this one.
And I like my choices. I hope she likes hers. Okay, Hazel Grace?
Okay.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Never Letting Go. Titanic. Jack and Rose's relationship is anchored by an undeniable and unbreakable connection. It's the kind of love most of us dream of finding. That's why the tragic way their story ends continues to resonate with people today.
You must do me this honor. You must promise me that you'll survive. That you won't give up. No matter what happens.
Their parting scene is heavy, emotional, and quite distressing. She wants nothing more than for him to wake up, but it's too late. Right before Jack is swallowed up by the Atlantic, Rose vows to never let go of the promise she made him.
I'll never let go. I promise.
She keeps her word and lives a full life. Thanks to exquisite performances by Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, it's easy to believe in the couple. That also means it never gets easier to watch their final moments together without weeping.
Winning that ticket, Rose, was the best thing that ever happened to me. It brought me to you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.